How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Is It a Buy, where we talk about stocks and try to determine if they are with the buyer or maybe a pass. My name is Corey. I just like to preface the video by saying I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy who likes to talk about stocks, so please take what I say with a grain of salt, all right? Let's get into the day. How's it going, everybody? I'm not late, Rafter. Y'all are early. No, I'm just kidding. But I am using, oh my gosh, what am I doing? Updating my VR, my this, my that. I don't know what I'm thinking. Oh my gosh, you know what I'm saying? Oh my gosh. So I'm using a new streaming platform called Streamlabs. It's still OBS, but it's still supposed to be pretty freaking legit. A lot of cool features. So hopefully I can get that set up this weekend and come back on Monday with some crazy stuff and have a good time. But welcome, everybody. Welcome. So happy to be on the stream. Ray says, let's go AMC to the moon. Diamond hands. We won the 10:01 fight. Awesome. Yo, what's up, Lee? I was not. All right, let's see what is going on. Right, everything is going pretty crazy. So let's take a look. So AMC on the day was down 1.67%, but you know what? We were able to make it to that above 10:01. Let's see what kind of options contracts we're looking at, right? Because I see a lot of people are excited about 10:01, so not too bad. So we did get 12,000 contracts, nothing too crazy. So maybe 10:01 wasn't the greatest thing, but you know what? We take the little victories, and we're looking for the long game, right? It's a long con. But let's see what GameStop did. Actually, in the after hours, AMC up 0.2%. We'll continue to monitor it and see exactly what's been going on over here. As far as GameStop goes, looks like GameStop was down 1.48% on the day. It is around 0.75 or up 0.75 in the after hours. All right, let's see what else we have here. Dogecoin is not looking too bad at 33 cents right now. Not bad at all. Bitcoin has been running pretty well, very well actually. You know, it's up at 57k, almost 57.5k coin. Still not feeling so good about my position there. Whoa, look at HCMC. It ran, no way, up 37% for HCMC. Very cool. Wow, HCMC. I still have a ways to go. I got in around all the way up here, no worries, you know, just at the top, no big deal. But cool stuff, very cool. Actually, I wonder if I would have averaged down like I wanted to average down, where I would have been at. So let's do, I know I'm missing a few zeros here, but just hang on a sec. So I got in at 4.5 divided by 2. So I would have been up if I would have averaged down. Feels bad, but you know what? Feels okay. Let's see what else we have going on here. I know there was one other thing that we like to look at. I guess that was it for now. Let me clear out some of these stocks. Microvision is the one I was thinking of. Microvision still down 15% on the day. Boy, oh boy. Oh, people are FOMOing because of the lawsuit. Monday. Oh, what's happening Monday as far as the lawsuit goes, Stozies? I'm very curious about that. I don't think I know about that one. I know they had the law, like they're in the lawsuit or whatever, but I don't know what happened recently, if there was an update. Now, as far as, let's see here. What was I going to say here? Someone said something. Oh my gosh, what was I going to say? All right, everything's all good. We're good to go. Let's take a look here and see what else is going on. Nicole, what is up, Nicole? Nicole says, I'm definitely good with being above 10. I watched level 2s all day, and it was a battle for AMC. Look at BTX. Talk about running. Let's take a look. So we're talking about HCMC. HCMC has a lawsuit, and they are they're suing somebody for possibly infringing on their intellectual property of how they how the heat works or something in their actual e-cigarette, something like that. I think the judge is saying something, but yeah, Monday's a big day. Okay, well, we'll see what happens Monday then. Hopefully it is a big day, and hopefully I can, I guess, break even or something. I don't know. We'll have to see. Actually, I'm gonna have to talk to my my father-in-law because he's in HCMC, so he must be doing pretty well. He's in at I think at 0.0016, so he's up. BTX, oh my gosh, it did run. Jeez, BTX up 45% on the day, and then in the after hours up 44%. No way. Let's look at the 5-day. Jeez, from $30 to $70. No way. That is crazy. What a run. Philip Morris is who they're suing. Thank you. What's up, Rebecca? Dang, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'm at point. Yeah, see, don't worry. Everybody has a better position than I do in this dang HCMC, so it is what it is, but I feel okay with it. Let's see what else we have going on over here. Nicole, yep, I was wishing. Yeah, I mean, this is just like, wow. You know what I'm saying? Wow. Crazy stuff. Let's see what else we have going on over here. So we had that. Let's take a look at what's going on with some of these filings. Yeah, the QIOS contraption. I really don't know. I forgot the term of it, but yes, you're right. That's what they're suing them for. So DTC 00 or NSCC 005 still there. Nothing new here. 801, I'm sure, is nothing new. Man, I get a chill sometimes because I see this stuff and I think it's gonna happen, but has not happened just yet. And we're just gonna keep on waiting for this, seeing what's gonna happen. This IQOS. Okay, yeah, I knew it was something in there. You were in the right vicinity, but IQOS, right? Okay, so we have this stuff. Let's see what else we have going on over here. We had Webull, and then we have HCMC is up. Let's see who the tops are for the day. You guys know I love looking at these. The 1 day, BTX just unbelievable. Honestly, you have 2 million HCMC at 0.0016. Jeez, that must be so nice. I have 250K at 0.0045, so I have a ways to go. But Paul, I'm sure you're probably feeling pretty good. Realistically, HCMC doesn't have to go too high, right, for us to get paid. But we'll see which way it goes. For that one, that was a long-term hold for me, but I do like the stock. Anything else that we recognize that really ran today? Not really seeing anything here. Let's look at the losers and see who's losing on the 1 day. TCAT, gosh, this stock is so volatile. Dog says, did my dollar cost average today? I got at 10.08. Very, very nice. BCC. Oh my gosh, Microvision. Guys, this stock is just breaking my heart. It's broken my heart the entire time. Microvision has broken my heart the entire time I've been in this stock, and it finally felt okay. Finally. And then it just like gave up on me. I still have what is it going to be, 21 days, and that includes weekends. So less than 21 days for the stock to go above $30 again, for me to exit my strategy or exit my position neutral. So yikes-a-reno. Stozy says, yeah, I would have averaged down on HCMC. However, I kept adding to so Stozzi's kept adding to AMC, or not letting go of AMC at the very least, and I'm the same way. So I could have I wanted to average down. I caught it when it was at 0.0010, and I wanted to average down, but I just couldn't. I just rather put the money more into AMC, and that's exactly what I did. You know, I put another like grand into AMC rather than putting a grand into the other one. So it is what it is. Rebecca says Mavis short. Oh, hey, what's up, Damon? By the way, Rebecca says Mavis short interest is still high. I think. Yeah. So I think I saw it's still high. It's a heavily shorted stock, right? And so let's say hopefully something happens sooner than later in May, and if it does happen, then I'll just look for an exit strategy. At this point, I thought about exiting here, but I got greedy, and I you know, it is what it is. So we'll see. NNDM, Nano Dimension is killing my portfolio. Any good news on the stock at all? You know, Nano Dimension has always been a little rough for me. It's never really been my cup of tea. I understand what they're trying to do. I think it's good for certain industries. I just couldn't think of like really practical situations where they'd be able to sell it on a mass scale, a scale enough that would be worth an investment. You know what I mean? Because it's like, sure, who can buy this? You know, R&D departments at Fortune 500 companies or whoever, right? And so, but realistically, whenever it comes to with their product, whenever it comes to mass production, this is not what, like, I don't see it being used for mass production. I don't think it's what people would use for mass production. It's kind of one of those things you buy it once and you're done. You know what I mean? Like, that's all you get. And then it's only going to be specific small niche companies, or maybe not even niche. You know, I think everyone needs a circuit board. So, you know, but I don't know if they're going to penetrate the market like they think they're going to do. On top of that, I don't know what the maintenance is like. There's a lot of questions that I had about this company that I just didn't really care for the stock that much. And so, I mean, I hope it does well. I know there's a lot of people who are invested in it who like it, and I really hope it does well. I want, you know, people to make money, but for me, it was just something I just couldn't get into. And hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully they get some kind of partnership, some kind of buyout, anything like that. That'd be great. Let's take a look at Fintel. Whoops. All right. Fintel. Let's look at AMC, short interest. Curious to see what's going on here. So 409. It's been all over the place. I think it was at 500 the other. No, I think it was. Can't recall where it was before. I know at one point it was like 50 was the lowest I had seen it. And here, hey, we can look at the short share availability, right? Went back down. It was at 1 million the other day, and it was at 1 million, and it crept back down. It looks like it's at 150K. So I'll take that. The short borrow fee rate, though, is continuing to go down. It's just, I just can't wrap my head around it. Cannot wrap my head around it. Twisted says, Twisted Soul. Oh, cool name. I've been anticipating around mid-July. However, since our last AMC run up to $14, holding just under 1,900 shares. Jeez. And I'm getting pumped as the writing on the wall leads me to believe this will pop soon. Yeah, Twisted, I think we're just waiting on some kind of catalyst, right? Something's going to give. I thought the 500 share or 500 million share dilution being taken off the table, I really thought that was going to be some kind of catalyst. But unfortunately, it does not seem like that was the answer. Like, it doesn't seem like that had any kind of effect on it, which kind of sucked. And I was like, dang. So hopefully, you know, something gives here. But until something does, we're just gonna have to, I don't know, wait. Whoops. Let me fix this really quick. Something messed up in the new platform. I'm so confused. Okay, that's all right. Let's just continue. Let's see, 14. So yeah, hopefully Twisted. I think we're just waiting for something to give, right? Once something gives, then we'll be able to finally move, and that's what I'm waiting for. I think we're just waiting for a little something, a little something, and it'll be good. Ford buyout. If Ford bought out MVIS or something, if that's what you're saying, I would love that. I'd love any kind of buyout for MVIS so I can finally have something good going. Pauline, what is up? What is up? Oh, we are talking about you, Pauline. Diamond, what is up, Diamond? Yo, how's it going? Can you check out ADVM? Let's take a look. ADVM. ADVM. Oh, okay. I'll just straight out the gate. I love this kind of setup. Let's see. This is the 1 month. What the heck happened? Is what I'll say. What the heck happened here? Healthcare, pharmaceuticals, and medical research. Biotechnology and medical research. Let's see what these guys do. Is a clinical stage gene therapy company targeting unmet medical needs for serious ocular and rare diseases. The company is evaluating its gene therapy candidate ADVM 022 as a one-time intravitreal injection for the treatment of its lead indication, wet age-related macular degeneration. Okay. I'm hearing a storm starting to brew outside, so if I disappear, my power went out or my internet went out, just so you guys know. So let's take a look. Let's continue here. It's collaboration between our agreement, okay, to research, develop, and commercialize gene therapy products, AVA 311 for ophthalmic. You know, English is hard, but the company develops gene therapy product candidates designed to provide durable efficacy by inducing sustained expression of a therapeutic protein. Okay, so they do cool stuff, right? Very, very cool stuff. Financials. Let's see how they've been doing annually. So I can't really see the profit here. Let's look at the institution ownership. 107%. All right, something's looking a little weird here, but I do like it's high regardless. Man, everything here is high. Every single thing here is high. Now my question is, what happened 2 days ago? What happened 2 days ago that people quit? A day ago. So let's see. Do you have an answer for me, Diamond? Just so we can. Patient had a bad reaction caused FUD. Okay, fair enough. Because obviously, right? And here's the deal: if it's one patient that had a bad reaction, that's what it is, right? If the product doesn't work, that's a different story. I freaking like this a lot. What is happening? How is this looking? So you got, let me see what you got. May 21st expiration. Oh, okay. So May 21st expiration at, what'd you get? $5? April, May. Okay. So a little bit of time. I like this. I might take a position in here because I really like this a lot. I'm going to add this because I like this kind of situation. I think, and this is what we talk about, right? We talk about finding these opportunities, and I love these kinds of opportunities a whole lot. I missed this one. I might have to do a little more research into the news as to exactly what happened with everything. We can see the price target was cut to $5 from 20. And so I'll have to do a little bit of research and see what the what is the word I'm looking for? What the reaction was like, what this, what that, what that. So I have to see a few different things, but dang, this could be pretty crazy. I'm definitely going to look into this a little more. Thank you for the find. I think this is going to be cool. I love this kind of setup. It looks like if I did find a bottom, it's kind of been consolidating. We'll see what happens in the next maybe 1 or 2 days, but realistically, I think I'd rather just jump in personally and, you know, ride it down if it goes down a little further. I don't see it going much further down than that. Look how the stock has been. Let's look at the 1 year. Oh yeah, the lowest it's been in a year is $8. 5 years. Okay, 5 years. You know, when was this? This was $5 back here in 2019. 2019 back here, $2. So regardless, though, recently they've been doing pretty well. Now I wonder how many products I have in the pipeline. I guess there are a few different questions I have to ask myself. Like if there's a few different products in the pipeline, if this is their main product, if it just found that it didn't work on other, if it didn't work for anybody, and it and that person also had like a bad reaction, it's just not going to work, if they're going to have to cancel it, what phase are they in? So there's a few different questions I have to ask myself before I jump in, but I am definitely going to research this one. Yeah, I like this a lot. Nice find, and thank you for sharing. Damon says tomorrow it will be May. Really thought AMC would have squeezed by now. Here's the deal. I'm sure everybody thought AMC was going to squeeze by now, right? Which is why I've had to change my entire mindset. If I would have been, I would have been like disappointed each week, each time there was a date that we had set. But you know what? I'm just going to continue to hold strong. I'm going to continue to do my thing, and I love it. So that's what I'm doing. That's my plan. Johnson, what's up, Captain Cash? Any major news on AMC? What's up, Johnson? Hope you had a fantastic birthday, my friend. Today on AMC, really no major news, right? Just been kind of chilling, just consolidating and just holding strong. We did close over $10. A lot of people really liked it. There's some option contracts that expired in the money today. Realistically, I guess 11 or $12 would have been, obviously a little bit better, but nothing too crazy. I think someone had some kind of new stuff. I think it was Market Watch. So I think we found, and Joshua found on Twitter, found that Citadel owns, he didn't give a percentage, but he says $98 million dollars worth of Market Watch. So I don't know what the total amount is. I don't know what percentage that is. I don't know if they have any kind of sway in that company, but it was very interesting is what I'll say. Definitely very interesting. All right, let's see what else we got going on. Damon says, if a bear market comes soon, I better learn how to short. You know, the thing is I don't know. I think it's so hard. Bear markets are hard, right? In my opinion, and this is my personal opinion, bear markets are difficult. Like, you know, whenever the pandemic was first happening, sure, like you could consider that a bear market. You don't know which way it's going to go. Realistically, if it continues to get bad, it's going to go down. But I just don't feel like bear markets really last that long. You know, I would rather, and this is the bull in me, right? I'm a bull in every sense of the word. And so I'm like, I don't know, I'm the glass half full kind of guy. It could be a quarter way full and it's a quarter full. You know what I mean? Like, it's always full. And so that's just who I am. And I feel like bear markets are so, it's just not for me. You know what I mean? I'm just a bull. I'll look for who's not doing well, and this is where I'm a bull, right? Because I look here at this stock right here, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, this stock is probably going to recover, right? It's going to be bullish. Whenever it's like, well, it's looking kind of bearish, right? Maybe it's going to continue to drop. Well, I just can't. I can't. I like the other way. And on top of that, right? Let's say you were to put a put. What I don't like about the puts is, let's say you put it, this one you thought it was going to go down to whatever. Your max profit for a put is $245. And it's like, what? Like, that's lame. I don't want max profit of $245. I want max profit of unlimited. Also, which is why I like calls so much. And granted, there's a time for puts. I played puts before. What did I play a put in? If I thought a stock, I can't remember which one. I thought it was just like super overvalued. I was like, there's no way this stock is going to stay there. I really can't remember what happened to that stock, but that's when I would play a put. If I thought it was overvalued, I was like, oh, this stock is going to drop. There's no way it's going to hold. Then that's when you can play a put. But realistically, I don't care too much for puts. I like calls much better. Jeff C says, maybe the news of Netflix and Amazon trying to buy, I guess AMC, that kind of news catalyst is just way too crazy in my personal opinion. Man, it's pouring out there, I think. It's just way too crazy. You know what I mean? I would not put my eggs in a basket waiting for some kind of partnership deal announced for AMC. I'd much rather wait. And here's the deal: we're waiting anyways, right? So I guess anything can happen. But I'm personally going to be looking more forward to just some kind of news catalyst, and that could be a news catalyst, right? I guess anything really could be a news catalyst. Adam Aaron does, like I said, like I've always said, he does a pretty freaking-tastic job of rallying. And so something that he would do, maybe even the DTC filings, 801, something like that. Anything like that could be a catalyst, but just looking for the scales to tip. Matt, we're gonna have to get fake Matt out of here, unfortunately. Asking for tips. What is wrong with this thing? This new platform is not my friend right now. Yikes. Yeah, can someone boot the fake Matt cord just because they're asking for money and putting their Cash App? I can't ban them in my new platform. What the heck is wrong with this platform? Yeah, I don't know if you could permaban. Just permaban that person. What the heck, man? Let's see. Damon says, Corey, do you think the May the 4th meeting will serve as some sort of catalyst? It really could. It could, but I don't know what they would announce anymore, right? The big thing was the 500 million shares. I think it was the only real thing that people were super bullish about. And I don't think they'll announce anything on the May the 4th meeting. I mean, I suppose they could announce it sometime around there, but I don't think that the May the 4th meeting is going to be a catalyst anymore. Thank you for removing the person. But yeah, just personally, I don't think it's going to be anything special on May the 4th, unless they announce and Trey, he did say that he reached out to Adam Aaron directly asking about the share recount. Okay, so we're going to be waiting on an update on that. I do not have access to Adam Aaron. So we'll wait and see what Trey says about that, but I'm hoping that some kind of news just comes out of it. If they can say, if Adam says, and here's the deal, Adam knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. So looking forward to it. So good question. Hamo says 5 to 6 million AMC shares were returned back, but the price didn't go up. Why is that? So great question. I don't have an answer for why it hasn't moved, why nothing's moved. We did see though that there's this is different, but we saw there's a bunch of failure to delivers. There's a bunch of but as far as the actual 500 million or 5 to 6 million shares, and then it would be before, it was 10 million shares, no movement. And I was like, am I the only one who just is too smooth of a brain to not be able to figure this out? And so coincidentally, Matt Kors also said on his Twitter, he said, your guess is as good as mine as to why we didn't see any kind of movement. And then Trey's video, I think from last night or the night before, said the same thing. He goes, I don't know why we're not seeing any movement off these shares being returned. No one knows why. No one knows what the heck is going on, why we're not seeing any movement. It doesn't make any sense. Today we also saw a post, right? I saw a post on, I think it was AMC stock on the subreddit, and it was like a lot of buy pressure. It was all green on this side, and then it was similar to looking like this, but a little stronger. It started over here and then was continuing on, and we saw that there was so much buy pressure. The stock was still going down. It really did not make any sense as to which way it was going, and maybe that's my smooth brain, like maybe not understanding like what the heck is going on. But this stuff is just so like, I don't know. It just didn't make any sense to me. It did not make any sense to me. Pauline says, some people believe that AMC will squeeze to 100K or something next month. I'm crossing my fingers. Yeah, I mean, here's the deal. 100K, can you imagine what 100K would be like? I mean, I have over 1,000 shares. That's just my shares. 100K, I don't even want to do the math. You know, you think I could just add some zeros. Oh my gosh, I can't even look at this number. I can't. I really can't. Let's see. Twisted says my dollar cost average is about $8.60, so I'm considering the AMC holdings as my savings account. You know, Twisted, that's actually an interesting point. I actually talked about this with the guys at work, because with the inflation going on, all the stuff going on, these stocks, we're in pretty much a bull market right now, right? Especially if you feel like AMC is going to have any kind of direction. I strongly feel like AMC is going to go in one direction, essentially, by the, you know, over the course of a long period of time, which is up. And so, yeah, you know, we talked about, kind of laughed about it, but we're kind of serious about using or they didn't want to use AMC. They wanted to use their own stocks. I wanted to use AMC as my savings account, essentially, just because of the way I feel like it's going to go. I feel like why, especially with inflation, we don't know what's going to happen, what's going to go where. It's just a little bit scary to you know, keep the cash whenever the value of the dollar is going to be changing. And so, but that's a whole nother story. It's like economics and stuff, like you know, even something like purchasing something tangible that will retain its value through the inflation as that price would go up. So there's a bunch of different theories that you can do with that. But yes, I do like, it's a fun concept to think about, is what I'll say. Alex, hey, what's up? 10 was exciting. The 1003 was a bonus. I know, right? Just a swingin' says AMC earnings next week will be a catalyst in one direction or the other. Go away, fake Matt Core. Yeah, Matt Core is out of here. Thank you for removing that person. Yes, I think that I hope it is. I hope it is a catalyst. I forgot how close it was. Man, we're getting pretty close here. But yes, I really hope it's going to be a dang catalyst. Hope it's going to be a positive catalyst. But I guess we'll see. You know, I mean, I wonder what the projections would be, right? I feel like their projections, I feel like they'll probably beat their projections, right? Because they're not really anticipating anything. And the movie theaters, from what we see on I'm on the AMC stock subreddit, and I always see movie theaters are packed, yada yada, 100%. You know, they're always full. You know, some aren't at 100% capacity still, and I wonder if their numbers took that into consideration. So a few different questions there, but I feel like it'll probably be good, especially with all the support they've had recently. Damon says, let's just hope AMC earnings are not like MVIS earnings. Yeah, I'm with you there. He's oh my gosh. Rebecca says, everyone, don't forget to like the video. Thank you, Rebecca, for reminding people and myself. You can't even spell KKK. Curtis says, can you briefly explain how gamma ramps work? It's a, oh gosh, it's a whole thing. Let me think of I can think of an easy way. It's funny because I always look for like an easy solution, easy like a definition on here. How gamma squeeze works. And then I always had to end up like explaining it myself. Okay, so certain conditions have to be met for a gamma squeeze to manifest. It starts with investors making assumptions about a stock's price. Specifically, they assume that the stock will rise in price. This leads to buying a short-dated call option. Call option's value increases when the underlying stock increases in value. Meanwhile, this puts institutional investors into selling the options in a short position. If this pattern continues, continues with investors sinking more money into call options, that can force institutional investors to buy more shares of a stock. This is a necessary step for hedging against the short position they find themselves in. The gamma squeeze happens whenever the underlying stock price begins to go up very quickly in a short period of time. As more money flows into the call options from investors, that forces more buying activity, which can lead to higher stock prices. Investors who purchase call options and sell when stock prices are high can reap sizable profits. Institutional investors who had to cover their short positions and see significant losses. So I think it's a pretty good explanation. Essentially, it has to do with the options part of it, and so it's not too hard to understand, but it's like, this wasn't that bad of an explanation. But I think the important word that people don't really realize about is actually hedging. And so what hedging is, right? What is hedging? And so hedging is its own thing, right? And it's pretty kind of easy to understand. So hedging is a strategy that tries to limit risks in financial assets. Popular hedging techniques involve taking offsetting positions in derivatives that correspond to an existing position. That is a confusing sentence. Other types of hedges can be constructed via other means like diversification. An example could be, okay, I don't like the way they do that, but basically what they do, hedging, what they would do is like, let's say they had a risky bet, right? Let's say I had, I guess this is one way to hedge. This is maybe not the best definition, but let's say I was going to go into something super risky, like I don't want to choose, let's say MVIS, right? I wanted to go into MVIS, a little bit risky. So what I would do is I would hedge my position and maybe go into something a little more safe. I would get less returns, but it would kind of balance off the rest of it. Sorry, my fiance ordered some food. It got a little crazy. So yeah. Kimberly, hello. No, nothing here is financial advice. Thank you, Diamond. I thought my phone was vibrating. Just a swing in says, going back to what I was saying before I was interrupted by fake Matt Core. AMC's earnings on May 6th, aftermarket close will be a catalyst in one direction or the other. True. The longer AMC takes to squeeze, the bigger the MOAS. So theoretically, Alan, right? And we see that whenever it comes to these numbers here in Fintel, whenever we're looking at the short interest, short borrow fee rate, and stuff like that, right? If this short borrow fee rate, and someone posted, I think I have it saved. Let me pull up this article that I saved. No. Oh no, I didn't save it. No way. Let me check over here, see if I saved it over here. No way. I can't believe I didn't save it. It was the numbers that would happen before on, oh, I'm so mad. So it was basically the numbers, and so basically what we want to see is the higher this goes, the better it is, right? We want it to be, I think in the squeeze last time, it was, someone had posted it on their Twitter. Let me see. Mac cores. One second, something's going on my front door. One sec, guys. Hold on a sec, guys. I have to be right back. There's something super weird going on. Guys, let me be right back. There's something super weird going on. I'm sorry. I'll be right back. All right, I'm sorry about that, guys. Holy crap. Okay, so apparently there was like, okay, so I guess my fiance ordered some food, and so someone delivered some food, and then another person came in, and I guess it was like 2 or 3 people came, and no, it was 3 people, and the third person was a solicitor, but I didn't know they were a solicitor, and they're like asking about like stuff, like, oh, like when you guys move in, like just weird kind of questions, like casing the place or something, or I thought, and so I'm gonna have to check, like this guy's talking, and my fiance's like, oh no, we have cameras like around the house, yada yada, and I was like, what the heck is going on? So I decided to make sure like she was cool, and the guy left, but he was just trying to sell us some solar and some camera security equipment. We're not gonna buy anything from him, so it's all good. But I got pretty scared there. I just want to make sure she was like okay and comfortable and everything. So sorry about that. But let's get back to what the heck is going on over here. Whew. Man, that was some crazy stuff. Okay, so let's take a look here. Man, if you guys haven't seen this video, this video is pretty interesting, actually. It's about how we can change people's lives. If you guys haven't seen this video, it's worth a watch. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Here's the you know, shares dropped, but nothing changed. Utilization at 100%. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't find what it was. But basically, to answer the question that I was on, I think it was just a swinging. Oh, it was Alan. Okay, yeah. So realistically, we're looking for those numbers, right? And these numbers this time are looking way, 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 way better than they did during January, to the point where it's looking like it's going to really do some crazy, crazy movements, much, much better than it did the first time. Okay, much more what is the word, volatile, just super explosive. So I'm looking forward to that. Mohammed, what is up? Mohammed says, hey Corey, what do you think about 800 calls expiring July 16th? Are we still waiting for June 9th for the squeeze? I don't know where June 9th came in. I've heard May 18th, May something like that. I've heard a bunch of different months and stuff. I don't know if I've heard June 9th before, but let's see what's for these. Man, they're just so expensive, you know what I mean? So you're looking at June 16th. It was July 16th. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? June 9th. July. Okay, July 16th and then June 9th for the squeeze. Okay. So $800 call. Let's see how this is. You know, $465, really not too bad. The question is, you know, is it going to happen? No one knows if it's going to happen. If you feel that convicted and you feel like this is a good, and you have to think about the value of your, you know, investment, of your bet, if you want to call it that. Is it going to be worth it? So for example, you know, is $465, let's say it goes to 900, you know, say it goes to $800, you know, 815, right? If it goes to 800, why wouldn't it go to 815? So, you know, if you're willing to bet $465 and if it goes to 815, you've already made $1,000 and it's worth it for you. You know, for me, it's just a little like, personally, it's just a little soon. You know what I mean? I don't know what's going to happen, when it's going to happen. Realistically, I feel like 4 months, well, I guess at this point, 3 more months would probably make a little more sense, just for the 801 rule to pass. And so that's why, like, and then it's just a little pricey, you know what I mean? Just personally, I believe they're both going to squeeze, and I'm sure they're going to squeeze drastically. Personally, I just like the AMC ones for the value of them, right? I feel like this, let me see, what was I going to say? June. So I feel like these June ones are nice. I'll tell you, because it's so much cheaper, right? I think it's going to hit, you know, if I think it's going to hit $30, which would probably be some kind of squeeze, right, by June, then, you know, if it hits, you know, $40, if it hits $45, I made $500. And I like this one just because it's so much cheaper, and I could buy a lot more of these than I could for GameStop. So it just really depends on which way you want to bet, which way you want to go with it realistically. And so, but if you think it's going to print, it's just so hard to know if it's going to print. Personally, I do have some over here in the September and the June 18th expiration dates. And so those are the dates that I have personally. Alex says, hey, who lost some $12 calls? I bought Monday. Not worried about it. Okay, well, thank goodness. But yeah, I know what you mean. I've had some call options expire out of the money, especially for like BlackBerry and stuff. I've definitely lost a good amount of money in here, but it's all right. I think eventually it'll print. Hopefully my gains are, if the AMC goes half, a quarter as much as people think it's gonna go in GameStop as well, then I would have made back all of the losses, all of the, you know, the small little bets, all the little gambles that I've tried on with options, and it'll be worth it. It'll be okay. Rebecca says AMC being bought out is a long-term hold situation. So like the way after the squeeze, but it's a reason among many. While I'll buy back in after. Hey, that's a good point. I know. I think Trey said that, right? Trey said when the MOAS happens, he's going to, first of all, his floor I think is going to be super low. His floor is I think he said it before, maybe like $100 or $1,000 or something. That's going to be his floor. He's going to let it run all the way up, let everybody get their tendies, hold it all the way back down. I think at some point he even said he would hold it the entire time, just miss out on everything just for the apes. But I think it's more of a, his point was actually pretty interesting, and it's one that people don't really talk about just because it's a little weird, and I don't want to say icky to talk about, but like, let's say Trey or a streamer were to sell at, let's say they got scared at $100 or whatever, at even $1,000, right? Let's say they got scared at $1,000 and they sold, then that could be very, very bad for them. You know what I mean? Like people might be like, oh my gosh, like what are you doing? Why did you sell so low? Yada, yada, yada. But it's just, and that's a bit of an extreme example, but let's say he sold at $100 on the way up or whatever, then it'd be rough. So he kind of, he was thinking out loud, and he basically said, he might have to sell it. He might have to hold it the entire time and just miss the squeeze entirely, so he doesn't get called, a shill or something, or paper hands, anything like that. So I thought that was pretty interesting, but I'm sure he's gonna do just fine. I don't know. I just have a hunch. But it's raining here in South Florida. I heard AMC has bought a theater. You know what? It's always raining in Florida. Always raining in Florida. When I lived there, my cousin visited, and she was like, it rained every single day, right? And it rains, and sometimes a quick shower and stuff. But she was getting like depression, because here in Texas, I'll tell you, it never rains. It never rains. So it's weird how much it never rains. But yeah. Let's see. William says the share recount / audit should be a catalyst. It's evidence, and that's a good point, right? And so actually, I'm going to be doing I'll make the video whenever I make the video. But yes, very, very interesting thoughts. Hopefully, it is some kind of catalyst. I'm looking forward to it. I wish I was famous enough to have a fake Paul Stevenson. Yeah. Fake Trey. Holy Toledo. Catching up on the chat. Brandon, let's see what Brandon says. Brandon says, hey Corey, random question, but who on earth are stocks plummeting? Who on earth are stocks plummeting on great news? How on earth? Is I think the question is supposed to be. We say this with Apple, Tesla, for example. All right, stocks plummeting on great news. Brandon, that's an excellent question, my friend. That's an excellent question. These obviously, right? If it's good news, it should have a positive news catalyst. It should be going up. If it's bad news, it should be going down. We are in a weird market, weird time. Who knows what the heck is going on? Unfortunately, I don't have an answer for you, my friend. I guess is what I'm getting at. I don't have an answer. I don't know why stocks go down on positive news at all. Well, what happened with HCMC? HCMC doing big things is what's happening. Hey, what's up, Ed? Clay bro, your favorite bro was in the house. Fidelity predictions always wrong. Yeah, I mean, that's a good point, right? We've seen those fidelity charts for the longest time of how it looks kind of like this, right? It's like, obviously less barcoded, but it looks like this. It's just like going up and down, and then randomly it just like to the moon. $1 million. And it's like, it's just funny how it and then everyone takes that, you know, of course, who's not bullish on the stocks, right? But some interesting predictions. I wonder how they come up with those predictions and what happens. And maybe that's what was supposed to happen, right? Maybe these stocks are supposed to go to the moon based on the data that they have, but the hedgies, you know, shorting it are just, you know, we've seen some crazy price action on these stocks, and realistically, it's not indicative of what's going on. It doesn't make any sense. I don't know who's trying to let go of their shares. You know, 2,800 shares at $13. I don't know who's trying to do that. Jared says, I bought 245 calls and 600 shares before market close for 5.7. Am I going to do well? Let's see. 245 calls and 600 shares. I assume you're talking about here. 245 call on, it was 5.7. Oh boy. I really hope that this prints for you, my friend. Hard to say, right? We don't know what's going to happen. For all I know, Monday is the day. Tuesday is the day. You know what I mean? We'll just have to wait. We'll just have to wait. Unfortunately, you know, I don't have anything for you. I can give you some positive vibes, but that's about all I can offer as far as what is going to happen. Good luck, my friend. Oh, good luck. Akash Deep, can you explain call options? Akash, I do have a Webull an options like video on my channel. I highly recommend watching it. It's just such an easy way how to explain an option. I mean, a call option is relatively easy to explain, right? I like to use smaller numbers because I have a small brain. So you know, let's use the next one, May 7th, right? So a call option. So basically what you're saying is, if this call option, let's do the $11 one, right? So let's say you want to buy a strike price of $11. You think the stock is going to reach $11 by May 7th, okay? And so anything above $11 is good. Anything below $11 is not so good. Okay, and you can see here. So if you wanted to buy this option, it's going to cost you $30. So and the most you can lose is $30, which is why I like calls and puts so much. You can only lose $30. You can gain unlimited amount of money. If this went to $1 million, you can still make all that money all the way up, okay? Which is why I like calls so much. And so what I like to do is I like to go to this graph. You can see your break even. So realistically, while your strike is at $11, your break even price is $11.30. So that's that. And you can see here, so you lose a little money on the way up, right? But if it is at but what I like about this also is you can see how much money you'll make, right? So let's say at about $12 you'll make $70 on this. So it's a great way to leverage your money, right? You can make a lot of money just off of these things. But the question is it going to print? Is it going to make it? Yada, yada, yada. And those are the questions. So, yeah. And it goes up high, right? Let's say it hits $13 by, what is that, next Friday, then you can make all this money. But it just really depends on how it goes. But there is a lot of money to be made in options. I personally really like options. I do like to buy options further out of the money, out of the further down for expiration, like 6 months or something, just to be super safe. I'd rather pay the extra premium. For example, if you were to get the same thing, like let's say $11 or whatever, it would be $265 for September, just because it statistically and blah 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 it's more likely to reach it. So that's how the call options work. Hopefully that's a super short, easy explanation, but I do have that video to watch. Highly recommend it. Some people have seen it and they just freaking love it. It just makes sense. Just a swing, it says, from Motley Fool. AMC also gave a preliminary look at its first quarter earnings results and said it anticipated posting 148 million in revenue compared to 941 million last year. with adjusted losses of between 295 million and 302 million versus a 3.1 million profit a year ago. That's better than the 515 million loss analysts were expecting, though it came up short of their revenue forecast, which stood a consensus average of 158.4 million. So basically, compared to last year, it's going to look, or I guess, 2 years ago, whenever it was going to be, it's going to look very, very bad. But but is it better than what they anticipated? Which is better? Yeah. So it's going to be better what they anticipated, but it's still going to be tragic. Raphael says, "I'm not freaking leaving." Have you ever heard? Nick, I have not heard of that one, my friend. Is that a crypto pirate chain? Zaza says, "What's the lowest to highest we can sell?" 100K. So realistically, right? Oh, they say 100K is the highest. Okay. So, and that all comes from holding, right? If because remember, so I'll just go through this quickly because I know I always go through this, but the reason the price can go that high is because people, the hedgies, will be forced legally to purchase those shares whenever 801 passes within the hour. Okay, and if and when 801 passes, they will be forced to cover, and if they are as shorted, like naked shorted, they don't have the shares, they have to return these borrowed shares that they don't have anymore, yada yada yada. If they are as short as they are, like if it's true, which it seems to be very true, right? Then there won't be any shares to buy essentially, and they'll have to buy our shares. And in order for them to buy our shares, we have to agree upon a price. And if they, let's say there are 450 million shares in AMC, for example, and let's say they need to buy 100 million shares. Okay, if every single person holding AMC holds, and of course there'll be people selling, but if enough people hold to where they can't fulfill all their, like, for example, this is arbitrary numbers, let's say they can't fulfill those 100 million shares, then the price is going to go up until there's an agreed upon price. And that's essentially what why they're saying it could go that high, because if I don't agree to sell and no one agrees to sell until the price hits 50K, 75K, 100K, then per share, then that's why it can go that high. And same thing with GameStop. Realistically, I know the number is a little bit higher, it's harder to get into and stuff, but theoretically GameStop is like where they're really shorted, more than the float. And so GameStop has a huge potential too, and like I say, I just apes strong together. And so I know I talk a lot about AMC. I had position in GameStop. I love my position in GameStop. I really hope it goes to 10 million, whatever it's going to go to, whatever the people are saying these days. And if it goes, then you know what, fan freaking tastic, I'm going to hold. And so that's how I feel. In your house. Yeah, it was a little sketchy, guys. I'm finally back down to the chat where I was going to the door. It got a little weird out there, but I don't know. Oh my gosh. Fun place at the front door. Dude, that cat is really hanging in there. You guys, we getting a halftime show? What's up, Ian? What does your fiance's boyfriend say about that? Oh my gosh. Yeah, it was weird. I live in a nice neighborhood, it's nice, but Zaza says, I'm worried about getting the money out from the bank. You know, if it squeezes and stuff, they might give us a hard time. I don't think they will. I don't think they will. If you had, think about it. If you had, let's say it didn't squeeze, right? Let's not think about these stocks, right? Let's not think about these. Let's say you were in this stock over here. What was the top gainer? Let's say you were in BTX, right? BTX over the past 2 days has gone up over 100%. All right, it went from, let's say it went from 30 to over 60, right? So let's say 100%. Let's say you had, you know, I don't know, $1 million in this. Let's say you had that much money in here and it doubled and now you have $2 million. Like, okay, well, why wouldn't you be able to pull your money out? Why wouldn't you be able to do this? You know what I mean? I don't think that's, I see what you're saying, but I really don't think that's the concern. You know what I mean? So, I'm more concerned, and if you're on the subreddit, the AMC stock subreddit and all these other subreddits, like about SEC intervention. And so people are trying to tweet the SEC, do your job, yada, yada, yada. But I'm like, you know, let it squeeze, we'll get paid, and that's it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm really not too worried about, hopefully they don't intervene. Hopefully no one, I just hope everything goes the way it's supposed to go. And it seems like after what happened in January, we might end up being grateful about what happened in January, because after that, then we were able to see, like, now people are getting things into order. Like, oh snap, this was just a little gamma squeeze. What's going to happen whenever this thing actually squeezes? Because people didn't cover. And that's, so hopefully we're happy about January, as mad as I am about it. But yeah, we'll see. Steve, is that confirmed? SEC emergency meeting Thursday prior to AMC earnings? See the Twitter link I posted. Okay, in the Discord. I don't see the Twitter link in the chat, Steve. Can you put it in the Discord, please? Source. Alex, this is Webull version 4 for the desktop. I have a link in the description. If you use the link, deposit $100, you get 2 free stocks. I get a free stock. Everybody wins. I know, what if it goes to, let me see, I have 1,000 shares times 500. Oh my gosh, can you imagine? Some crazy stuff. Ian says AMC retailers own the float, and maybe the count is going to be shared soon. Yeah, we'll have to see. Rebecca says, I'm starting to wonder if we're getting a count. I'm sure we'll get the count. Whether they announce it on the meeting of the shareholders or not, then we'll have to see. Oh, Rebecca. Okay, so Trey's trades is his floor is 600, because if it hits 600, he's going to buy someone a Tesla as well as himself. You're right. I remember that. Eric, what is up? Eric says, Corey, how you doing? Added my position at AMC and added SELB as a bottom play. SELB. Oh my gosh, what happened with these stocks? There's another one that bottomed out, didn't it? Jeez. Interesting. Some crazy candles here. Look at this. Jeez. Dale says, each week I just buy more. To the moon. Trace AV. Okay, perfect. Thank you, guys. Zaza said, would it be smart to hold next year? Would it be smart to hold next year? Another set of movies coming out next year. Yeah, so Zaza, realistically, I like AMC through 2022 for sure. And that's because we know that there were movies that were delayed, right? There were movies that are coming out, and they're coming out around, so they didn't know what was going to happen this year, just because like realistically, how long did you think we were going to be in quarantine? I thought we were going to be in quarantine, I don't know, a month, 2 months, maybe 3 months. No, probably not even 3 months. I thought it was going to be a few weeks or something, maybe. No one anticipated we were going to be in quarantine for as long as we were, or even quarantine at all, right? So for this stock so realistically, the movies, they pushed them out a little bit, they pushed them out some more, and then realistically, they just pushed them out like a year or two. And so just because everything is messed up. And so I feel like the rest of this year, the movies are kind of set for what's going to come out. I'm sure they've probably already set it up. Maybe some will come out, be announced toward the in a few months and stuff for the end of the year. But realistically, my mind goes straight to Marvel. Marvel, they've already pushed themselves out years, you know what I mean? And so there's going to be a Black Widow, whatever else is coming out. And I think 2022, they'll probably try to cram. I'm sure they already have the dates, right? I'm sure you can find the new dates online already. But yes, I feel like 2022 is going to be a great year. 2023, I'm on the fence about right now. I'm sure it'll be fantastic as well, but we'll really have to see. So realistically, what I would probably even do is whenever we go to the moon, whenever we come back down, I'll probably buy some more, right? And just put it as one of my diversified portfolio plays and just hold it long term. Because I feel like it's going to be good over the next few years. Now, who knows what's going to happen in 6 years or 5 years even, but I feel like the next few years are going to be pretty good just to catch up with the pandemic, with what the heck happened. Denali says, I'm holding until my girlfriend kicks me out. All right. Good luck with that one. Yeah, I'm doing the same thing as Rebecca. Rebecca's gonna sell the top on the way back down, buy back in at the bottom. Steve, did you send it in the Discord again? There we go. Thank you, my friend. Copy link. Let me pull it up over here. All right. SEC, official SEC.gov website, looking pretty legit. Date and time, 2 p.m. Thursday, May 6th. Place is the place. Status, this meeting will be closed to the public. Matters to be considered. I don't think it says anything specifically about AMC. This is just a closed meeting. So I'm really not sure why they're having this meeting. There was a meeting, how long ago? I think last month or something, or maybe it was the beginning of this month. I don't know. Everything's a big blur to me at this point, but there was some kind of meeting previously, and I feel like nothing. Well, we don't know if anything came from it, right? This is a closed meeting. We don't know. I don't think we know what's going to be discussed. We really don't know what's going to happen in here. So, I'm taking it nice and slowly, feeling good about it, but I think it's going to be okay. I think it'll be all right. Hopefully this is good though. I wouldn't mind. Rebecca, I know I'm just behind in the chat, guys. I'm behind in the chat, but I'm reading the question. I just want to make sure everyone gets heard. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not just, I don't know. I guess I want everyone to be heard. I'm not just doing super chats, a lot of people, and whenever you get to a certain point, you can't even read the chat. You just have to read the super chats, and that keeps you busy. But until I get there, I'm gonna be happy to just hold everything. I mean, I'm gonna be able to just read everybody's chat, make sure everybody gets heard, everyone gets answered. I don't want anyone to feel like left out. This is all-inclusive community. Dale Ray says, Diamond Hands. Corey Burke says, hey man, been enjoying your channel. Thank you very much. How do you spell your name? Cory. Just like you, my friend. You spelled it the right way. Good for you. Oh, what's the last ask for GME? I love looking at those. Yeah, I think these are so funny. Well, okay, so here's the deal. People have been removing these, right? And so a lot of respect there. We saw that. And here's the deal. It's a little more speculative. I did actually reach out to the person that did a post. So I don't know if I've discussed it. I'm sure I've discussed it here, but I'll talk about it again. There was a post saying to remove your sell limit orders. Yeah, I have talked about it here. So to remove your sell orders, right, at, 80,000, 100,000, 1 million, whatever it is. They said just remove them because I'll go into it. What the post originally said is to remove it because this shows that you have the intent to sell. It is considered selling pressure because you want to sell it. You have the intent to sell. Now, so I thought that was pretty interesting. I reached out to the person who wrote the article to see if they had any other insight. They love the channel. They wanted and they said to just be careful with it because some people were saying that that's not the case. Some people saying that's are the case. It was kind of 50-50. So you know what? I figure better safe than sorry. Just remove the cells and not have that pressure if it is pressure. But yeah. So looks like a lot of people have removed it, or maybe it's just not reflecting right now. $200 is a shame that someone wants to get out at $200. But you know what? We don't know people's situations. They may have to get rid of that money. They may have to sell out and pay their bills or something. So just be very careful with investing, guys. Like you have to make sure you're taking care of number one. Ginger says very useful video and information. She's talking about my Ginger was the one who watched my options video and she seemed to like it, so appreciate it, Ginger. Let me drink some water. Ginger says, did y'all already talk about Biden's infrastructure plan and how it will affect the economy? We talked about nuclear energy. So do you think nuclear will soar within the decade? That's a good question, Ginger. Actually, we haven't talked about that. I haven't really broken that down or anything like that. You know what I mean? So that's on me. That might be a good idea of something to make. I have so many dang I freaking ideas, but very good point. And those are, again, those opportunities that we look for, right? It's a longer term play, but I think it's great. Also a play that we kind of talk about whenever it comes to, speaking of Biden, it reminded me of the chips that he I don't know if it passed or what, but he wanted to have what is the word I'm looking for? He was looking for funding for, some kind of funding for people to manufacture chips, which is why a lot of companies are spending billions of dollars to make these chip factories because of the chip shortage. And so I don't think that chip shortage is going to go away anytime soon. And especially, it's going to take years for these factories to get created. So chips is something I'm also long on that that's one of the plays I'm going to get into. So, okay, so this is a good question. Is this thing on? Says this may be elementary, but if a clearinghouse restricts buying, doesn't it technically restrict selling due to there not being a buyer? So good point, right? And so, in a way, right? And so let's say they restrict buying. So let's use Robinhood. Let's use January, right? What happened January 28th? So Robinhood restricted the buying of securities, not the selling. So you could sell it, right? But if you can't buy it on Robinhood, then who am I supposed to sell it to? Well, you can sell it to other brokerages, right? So if you sell it now, Fidelity did not restrict the buying of it. So somebody from Fidelity could have bought your shares, right? But if the majority of and we saw, right, let's use GameStop and AMC. If the majority of people, which they were, if you looked on Robinhood, the majority, I think AMC for sure was number one actually, and the majority of people were holding AMC because it was the number one held stock on Robinhood. So if 100%, or let's say most of the people holding AMC are on Robinhood because they're the apes, and they're all on one platform, that platform doesn't allow you to buy it, what do you think is going to happen to the stock? It's going to drop. Because the traditional people in Fidelity, they don't care about AMC, or most of them don't care about AMC and what the heck goes on. They're saying it's too volatile. They're staying away from it. So that's what happened, So you're right inherently. If everybody's on one platform and they can't buy on that one platform, then yes. And realistically, there wasn't enough volume in the other ones to continue to be able to hold. And on top of that, it's super scary whenever you're not allowed to. Whenever all these people can't buy it, starting to plummet, paper hands get scared to get out. So it was a whole bunch of things. But yes, you're partially right. You have a good point. Ooh, we're catching up to the chat. Let's go. Oh gosh, here we go. Okay, the Fidelity another Corey in here. Cool. That's 3 Corys right now, me included. Fidelity probability calculator says around 1,200 price. I guess $1,200 price as of now's numbers. This doesn't account for synthetic shares. Very realistic, it can go past 10K, but after that, I don't know how much further. Jeez, crazy. Cornith, hey bud, what's up, man? Wild day for sure, but so happy we closed above 10. Thinking next week will be nice. Yeah, hopefully it is nice. We'll see what happens. People seem to be pretty excited about the shareholder meeting. I'm kind of on the fence about it. I'm really not trying to get too hyped up about it, but here's the deal. If it happens, I'm not going to complain. I don't know, Jorge. I think you're a little confused, my friend. How? What is up? Corey, makes sense for me how Cinemark number 2 in the world is trading at $20 while AMC number 1 in the world is trading at half. How, there's a little more things that go into it, but I definitely see where you're coming from, right? Like AMC is, and we know this, right? They're basically double of what Cinemark is, as in they have double the amount of theaters, double the amount of screens, double the amount of this, that, the other. AMC is the largest in the world, but Cinemark seems to be just doing better. Now there's different things like how are their profits look, what are the price to earnings, what is this, what's the market cap. There's a bunch of different stuff that goes into that, but so it's not necessarily the right way to think about it, but I feel like AMC has a whole bunch of potential that just whenever the short pressure's out of it, hopefully it'll look much, much better. Oh gosh, William says HCMC is setting up as a pumping up on Monday. I hope not, because, well, I guess I'm holding it long term. I have the shares. I don't have any call options, so it is what it is. I will continue to hold. Zaza says, I would feel criminal charging 100K per share. I'd be scared the government won't try. Zaza, you... I see. I understand where you're coming from, but you're not. I'm trying to think of a good way to explain it, right? Like, look, the hedge funds did something illegal, right, with these naked shares. They're naked shorting. It is literally illegal. And you know what their punishment is? Well, I don't know what the actual punishment is for naked shorting. Probably just a fine, and that's it. These guys have so much money. The hedge funds, remember, they're the 1% of the 1%. These guys are, you want to talk about the elite. That's how much money these guys have, right? You know, we see BlackRock, and this is a good example, you know, and I'm not saying BlackRock is bad. I'm not saying BlackRock is good, but you know, we take a look at these stocks, right? Of course, I choose the one that doesn't have anything, but you know, we look at the institutions. We see BlackRock and Vanguard in probably 80% of companies that we pull up on this channel. BlackRock and Vanguard are at the top. These guys have so much money that they just like bet on whatever they want to bet, and it's probably going to be good. You know what I mean? If it's not good, they have enough money to back it up. Granted, you know, they are making plays based on their numbers that they have available to them, but these guys have so much money, right? And it's not what you're charging per share. Like, it's what they have to pay. They borrowed something that wasn't allowed to be borrowed. I'm going to tell you guys a story, actually. This is a great story. And so when I was in high school, right, I was in like, oh gosh, what was I, 9th grade, 10th grade, something like that. I was so young. There was there was some kind of flip phone, right? New flip phone came out, whatever it was. And I was like, and everyone wanted to buy it. It was like, I don't know, you could buy it on eBay for $300 or something. I found it online on one of the sites. It was $200. And so the company, probably still not around anymore, but I went to purchase it, and so they said, okay, well, you have to send and this is I've learned my lesson from this, so just hear me out here. I was a young lad, and so I basically needed to send how much were they charging per phone? $150 per phone, because it was in China. They, like, you know, they had the whole thing, oh, we wholesale the phones and we'll just send you a few of the phones, yada yada yada. So basically I ended up sending, you know, money order like $150 or whatever for these phones, but I was going to make a good profit on it. So what I did is, in order to have the capital, I went ahead and I sold the phones on eBay first. This is the wrong way to do it. Please never do this, because I'm literally, well, I'll get to the repercussions in a second. So I sold the phones on eBay. They were all three sold. But the money hadn't been transferred yet, just waiting for the money to clear. And I ordered the phone. So it was going to be great. It all was right. And then I got an email saying, hey, like, the phones are stuck at customs. You're going to have to send some more money. I didn't send any more money. I was like, dang, I got scammed. And that was that. So I went to cancel the order, cancel everything, because I sold something I didn't have. And to this day, I am banned from selling, I think it's like phones specifically, or so all electronics it might be, on eBay to this day. I might be able to appeal it by now, but it's been over 10 years and I'm banned from selling, because I tried to sell something I didn't have. Okay. And that is the position these guys are in. These guys sold something they didn't have. They made money off of it. And if their repercussion is they just have to pay some more money, they should be happy they're not going to prison. They're not, you know, who knows what could happen to them. So if they just have to pay a little bit more for what's going on, then that's what they have to pay. You know what I mean? Like, and I consider myself almost lucky, you know, because if I would have sold something, I mean, think about it. Like, if you sell something that you don't own, if I borrowed your car, I sold your car, imagine what could happen to me. Like, what kind of repercussions, if I owe fines, if I go to jail, if I go to this, that, like, that's a big deal. But if these guys do it, they get a little slap on the wrist, and it's whatever it is. So, long story, very, very long. I think it'll be okay. All right. Don't worry you can't feel bad for the hedge funds. They put themselves in a terrible position. You can't get greedy and do that. And then, like, they knew the risk when they did it. They knew the risk. And so that's all it is. Man, that was a long story. Geez, just a swing and said I made 6 figures off ACAD, but I held it for 10 years. I bought in at $1.76, and I sold last June at $52. No way. Wow. Nice play. 0 short shares available for HCMC. Pretty crazy. Dennis says, how many days do you think the squeeze will last? I think it's going to be a pretty volatile squeeze. I would say a few days at least, right? I would say, I don't know how many days. Minimum of 2 or 3 minimum. And so, but I think it might go for a while. Especially, it depends how long people hold, right? People continue to hold, and the price goes up. It could take weeks. But it's going to be volatile. It's going to be crazy looking, but weeks. I'm telling y'all, watch this video. What's this guy? Matt Kors. Go to Matt Kors page. Watch this video right here. Apes Together Doc. This guy right here. Let me click this. This guy. Watch this video. Pretty interesting. William says AMC failure to delivers in April exceeded 5 million. We should have squeezed already. Yeah, they're just kicking the William. They're just kicking the can down the road, my friend. Just kicking it down, kicking it down, kicking it down. They're trying to delay it. They're hoping that we get bored, hoping that we sell out. Some people are, right? Some people are getting bored. Some people are getting out. Some people are done with it. But I'm just gonna hold. I'm just gonna hold. I got all day. I got all year. Nothing left to do. Oh, Black, can you look at Twitter, see if it's good? Okay, let's see. Do I have that on here? Oh my gosh, what happened here? What the heck happened? Just kind of dropped. Why did this happen? 10Q? What is a 10Q? Quarterly report. I'm really not sure why this ran down, but dang, I tell you what, I do like this kind of chart setup just because, and when I say chart setup, I mean this kind of sell off just because it's so freaking crazy. It is a huge crazy thing. It just oversold. Look how oversold it is, right? And so I feel like it probably would recover. It could continue to drop. Doesn't look like you found a bottom yet. Whenever you're looking for a bottom, you see some kind of consolidation, but for all we know, it's probably just going to hook back up. What I might do is I might look at the RSI. If you're looking to get in here, I watch this RSI, and so a little trick that people like to do is you wait for it to hook back up, right? Because let's say you would have bought it over here, right? It's oversold. It's way oversold, but you could have bought it here, and look, it just kept going down. So you could have bought it here at, you know, granted it's only $2, but depending on how big you're trying to go in, it could mean something. So a little trick is you wait for it to hook back up, because, and what I mean hook back up, you see how it's down here, you wait for it to cross over, back over, and once it crosses back over, then you'll probably be, you may have found a bottom already, and it'll probably be a little bit better. Granted, it could, like, let me see if we have one here. Yeah, see how it like hooked down and then it recovered. So it hooked down and then recovered, but look, it still kept dropping, right? So it doesn't always work, but they say it's a better way to find the bottom if you wait for it to hook back over. So little trick if you want to get in. I do like this kind of setup just because it's probably a fluke, some kind of FUD or something, or you know, people will buy the dip. Johnny Diamond Hands. Oh my gosh, I love it. I don't know why BTX is running. Does anyone know about why BTX is running? I have no clue, honestly. News? Oh, purchase agreement. Are they getting a buyout? Yeah, maybe something like that. Oh, it opens this freaking thing. Under which may sell up to Lincoln Park 29 shares. Oh, okay, they're gonna buy some of the stock. I don't know, some crazy stuff. Looks very nice. And so talking about opportunities too, right? Now, someone might say, hey, this is too crazy. This is ridiculous. And look at what happened with MVIS, right? It ran up and then it just retraced so hard. So this is one of those opportunities where you could, if someone did want to look into puts, you could look into a put, right? You can see, oh no, there's no way this is going to sustain at, you know, look, it was at $13 on a few days ago, 4 days ago, it was at 13 bucks. There's no way it's going to hold at, you know, 60 bucks. And so you could, you know, you can get a little put over here at 50 or, you know, even 60 bucks, whatever you want to put it at. And if it falls down, you can make some money. What is up, Olive? Oh, I said hi to you, yeah, Olive. Arca goes. Check the numbers for OCGN. I don't know what your which numbers specifically you're looking for. I think I'm afraid you're looking for short interest or something. And so it looks like short share availability is only 100,000. They're, you know, not the best as far as the short squeeze score, and the short borrow fee rate is about 6%. So realistically, these kinds of numbers are similar to what we saw, I believe, in January, whenever it first squeezed. So I wouldn't be, you know, I don't know what's going on. It's a heavily shorted market, apparently. Crazy. Crazy stuff. Oh, just swinging with the super chat says, just showing some appreciation for what you do. Hey, just swinging. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Just trying. Sakura is an ex-naked. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This is my story. Here we go. Now we're at my story. Jared would be the least of your worries. Yeah. I mean, guys, like back to my crazy story of. It's messed up. We get penalized. We can't be short. We can't do this. I mean, not be short. We can't, you know, have outstanding shares. We can't do this. We can't do that. And, you know, a big difference is we can't just eat these fines. A fine for an average person is a big deal. You know what I mean? If you fine a regular person working, you know, a 9 to 5 or something, even a ticket of 250 bucks, right? Let's say it's a 250 buck ticket. You know, you're bringing home, I don't know, $2,500 a month or something. Like that's significant, you know, especially if you have bills and all this stuff. You know, it's, if you think of it as percentage of your net worth, that kind of ticket is really, you know, let's say it was, let's use some arbitrary numbers, right? Let's say instead of tickets, they gave you, well, the ticket would be, instead of a number like $250, it was 10% of your income for the month. 10%, 20%, whatever it would be. I think that would hold a little more weight just because it hurts a little more. It means a little more to you. So for example, whenever Facebook was getting these fines, right? Facebook was getting big fines for like, what were they? You know, all the illegal stuff they were doing. They were selling people's information. They were advertising people who shouldn't have been advertised to, like minors or something. I think they were doing a bunch of crazy, not okay stuff. But guess what happened? These guys decided, but they would get fined, and the fine for them, while it was, I don't know, $1 million or, you know, $250,000, whatever it was like 0.00001% of what they made. You think they care about those kinds of fines? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Now, if I get a $250,000 fine, I'm done. I'm done for. I'm bankrupt. I got to live on the streets. It'd be awful. but the hedge funds doesn't matter. Like, it's just not proportionate. And so there's, you know, and that maybe that's a whole different topic of like who should be fined, what fines should look like. But, you know, even let's do something as simple as a traffic ticket again. If I get a traffic ticket, you know, I get a point on my license, or points on my license, whatever, after X amount of points, that's it. And, you know, those are things that happen to people, but not everyone has, you know. And then if I get enough points, I'm done. Like, now my license is suspended. Now I got to go through all this hassle. These guys don't have any system like that. They have a fine, they pay it, and they're good. They just keep doing it because why not? If just why not? So I think you guys get what I'm saying, but it's messed up. Messed up stuff. Let me drink some more water because now I'm upset. No, it's fine. Jeez, Mike. My gosh. Mike says, what a miss today, brother. We'll get to that in a second, my friend. But got hit by a bad storm last night. Had about 20 trees down. Had to clean that up. My goodness, Mike. Hope you're okay, my friend. Hopefully you didn't have any kind of bad property damage or anything like that, because that's awful. Today, nothing crazy. I mean, here's it. We're pretty sideways, right? Like, we can take a look here at what's going on with the stocks. We can take a look at AMC and GameStop really quick. Down, you know, less than 2% on both stocks. Closed above 1003 or 1001, I suppose, is what people are saying. Just for a little bit of a few options, nothing too crazy. You know, 12,000 plus 2,000 plus 10,000 contracts. So, you know, times 100 technically per contract, but nothing too crazy. Welcome. Hopefully you can relax for a little. I'm sure it was what a day. Akash says, I'm going to take some days off whenever it starts squeezing. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I think I would need to stay distracted, or maybe I'll stream all day. You know what I mean? That'd be pretty sick. DJ Pimin says the longer the better for taxes. So yeah, I mean, if we can get to that 1 year mark, that'd be pretty interesting. But I just get scared. People get bored. People get tired. They sell. They're done with it. What's that video called for Matt? I'm not sure which video you're talking about, my friend. I think I said something about Matt. I don't know. Can you compare Twitter to ADVM? Is that the one you gave me? We can put them side by side, right? Now that I know how to use this grid thing. I will say I like ADVM better, Diamond, personally. Like, I wouldn't jump in personally, I'm not going to jump in this Twitter one, but this one I'm much more interested in, ADVM. And that might just be like your question, maybe my personal opinion, but yeah, like Twitter, here's the deal. While Twitter is down, right, they were at like 55 and now they're at, oh wait, what were they at before? Can I zoom out a little bit? Let's look at the 5-day. They were at, you know, what is this? The low, you know, being 63, they're at 55. So, I mean, yeah, they're down a little bit. And maybe, you know, the options in here, though, could be pretty good. Is this, let me make sure this is Twitter. Yeah, Twitter. And so if you were to look at a call option, hey, you know what? That actually, and, you know, I'm glad I looked at oh, well, that's today, though. Let's look at this one. And you can see, yeah, it'd be $100. But you know what? If it went up, let's see. See, since it's not so volatile, this is why I like these options, right? If it hits this 56.5, and this is by next Friday, then it could be pretty good. You know, you can get paid pretty well if it recovers pretty strongly. But, you know, $100 bet really varies. Let's take a look at this one. Options for, let's look at the same kind of time frame. No, this is still Twitter. The 21st. Cents. September being 90 cents. Boy, oh boy. Or not 90 cents, 105. So 105, my bad. I read that wrong. Decisions. I'm gonna have to make a decision. I think I'm gonna take a position in this just because I like what's going on here. What's the squeeze score on GME? Let's take a look. Squeeze score 342, whereas AMC, oh man, where did AMC go? Uh, 342. Oh, for GameStop, 410 for AMC. GameStop looking pretty good. 0 short shares available. Gosh, this freaking short bar fee rate just not my favorite. Lame, but it'll still be good. Hey, see you, Johnson. Have a good weekend. Would some Twitter 2 week at the money calls be a good swing by? Brent, here's the deal, my friend. It could be a good play, right? That's what we were just looking at. The Twitter, where do you go? Twitter. Yeah, realistically, these could be very good. And they're just like, and so the reason why, so here, the benefit of a stock that really isn't so volatile is you get these kinds of returns, right? We saw this whenever I did a few trades with GE, right? And so the stock really doesn't move much at all. And what I mean move much, like it's a very slow movement. So for example, look, this, well, hold on, let me do this one over here. Let's say May 4th, we'll do the 7th. So for next Friday, you know, it'd be $8 for 1350 strike. And if it goes there, like, let's say it hits $14, you know, on your $8 bet, you just made 41 bucks. And so you can make some serious money with these, but they're just not very volatile. So it's going to be harder for them to actually hit. So things to think about. But here's the deal. I feel like Twitter is good. And, you know, I do need to do a little bit more research on exactly what happened here with ADVM. Before I guess I truly commit to taking my position. But if you feel like Twitter's going to recover, which, you know, it very well might, then that could be your play. But, you know, just pick one that's good for you. I do like both of them, honestly. I just like ADVM a little more because of doesn't have to go too much further. Like $10, you know, let's even what's this? $8, almost $9 realistically. And so it's at $4. So if it recovers, because it just fell pretty hard, now we might have a situation like one of the Viacom stocks. I bought in one of the Viacom stocks trying to play it like this, right? And it did not print, and I lost a couple $100 because I bought the option, didn't break even, or didn't even hit the strike, and I just lost all my money. Yikes. So they don't always bounce back, but sometimes you get a good bounce. Daryl says, so back to my example of, you know, tickets and stuff. Daryl says, sounds like a truck driver getting a ticket. One ticket can cost you a month's wage. Yeah, I mean, just nuts. Wormfall says, the sad thing is that hedge funds plan for fines. They already have the money set aside. You're right. It's literally, and they talked about it in the congressional hearings. It is literally built into their cost of doing business because it's just a fine. So it's like, it's disgusting. It's sick. Like, what? It's so lame. William says fine should be 2 to 3 times profits on the crime. Yeah, I mean, it should be anything. It should be anything more than what it is. It should hurt them. They should be like, oh snap, I'm not going to do the fine. You know what I mean? Like, and it's just you know what I mean? Like, it's such a pain. I gotta laugh it off to keep calm. What would a share count do? So, you know, I'm doing a little more research on what a share count will do, because realistically, right, we'll see that the share count, they're most likely very, 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 very likely they're going to find that there are more shares available than the float, right? And the float being how many shares were originally released by the company. So for AMC, I believe it's around 450 million shares should be out in the existence. Now, let's say they find 600 million shares or whatever it would be, then that's a big deal. Like, what are they going to do with those shares? Where do they go? Yada, 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 all this good stuff. So we'll have to see. If the squeeze happens to at least $3,000 by June 1st, my vacation becomes permanent leave. House says, Corey, can you check the put options for AMC? Okay. Put options for AMC. Options, puts. Is it really 76K out of the money? Put options for 76K out of the money. I'm not sure what your question is, my friend. How? Is it really 70? So out of the money. So this is deep in the money. So this is out of the money. Like how much money you could make? Or for a put, maybe? Or I'm going the wrong way, I guess. I'm not sure your question. Apes together, strong doc, yep. What does he look like? Mercury, I use Webull version 4 for the desktop. I have a link in the description. If you deposit $100, you get 2 free stocks. I get a free stock. Corey, how do you always have spare cash? You don't go 100%. Damon, do not do what I do. I'm playing this one very, very, very close to the chest. Basically, and don't do this, but I'll just say, like, all my income is just going straight through. So I'm just, I'm meal prepping, trying to live a humble life right now, because I think it's going to be worth it, but I'm managing my risk. If it all goes bad, then you know what, I'll figure it out. But I'm not rich by any means, is what I'll say. You see my truck. Was able to double down on my position today. I don't know why people are scared of the dips. I love the dips plethora. I would love a dip to $5 for like AMC, for example. I would love a dip to $50 for GameStop. I would love it. It's funny. Speaking of buying things, right? People say expire out of the money today. Oh, okay. Let me take a look. Out of the. Are you talking about? I want them shorts to hurt. I don't know what you mean though. AMC out of the money today. So if we look at it today, I don't think I'm still sure of the question. But speaking of that, like, okay, so I learned I did sales for a little while, right? And in my sales job, I was selling knives, like kitchen cutlery, and they said they're gonna tell you they don't have money for your knives, right? For the set of kitchen cutlery knives. But let me ask you this: they said if their 60-inch TV, 65-inch, whatever, 50-inch TV breaks down tomorrow, do you think they'll buy another TV same day? 100%. Diamond, you called it, my friend. They say if I was in high school, guys. I was in high school. I didn't know what was going on. I was just happy to have a job. And so they said, you don't think they're going to have enough money to buy a TV the next day? And there was like, you know what? Good point. Good point. And in the same way, I had a full-time job making 65K a year, but meal prepping, not spending any money and putting it in AMC. Yeah. Here's the deal. No one can say I'm not convicted in this freaking stock. No one. Zaza says, my family and friends laugh at me. I told them to invest in AMC, but I got laughed at. Are you guys experiencing the same? Yeah, here's the deal. I really don't tell people what I'm doing, just because people don't understand it, right? It's hard to understand. It sounds, I mean, say it out loud to yourself. Sounds like a freaking, like a dream. Sounds like a joke. You know what I mean? And so it's not really something you can explain to people. It's more of something that you have to do yourself, unless you can really explain it. Even me, like, I explain it to people and it sounds too good to be true. You know what I mean? So people don't really believe it. But I'll say everyone hopes that it does well, but they do probably expect the worst, is what it is. Justice Swingen says, I retired from the Air Force in 2011 and remain retired. Spend my days with y'all now. Hey, that's cool. Swingen, thank you for your service, my friend. That is very cool. I have a guy that I work for. He was a PJ in the Air Force, and so good stuff. But okay, guys, I need to head out. Y'all got some extra time with me today, but I do have to head out. I will be back on Monday, good old Monday. I might do a random weekend stream. If I don't feel the need to hang out or whatever, I'm gonna be testing this new streaming platform, and just some of the stuff. So no worries about it. But yeah, all good. But thank you guys so much for hanging out. You guys have a freaking-tastic weekend. I will see you guys very, very soon. You guys have a good one. All right, peace. And happy birthday to Diamond. Diamond, I had no idea it was your birthday. Happy birthday and peace again.